I am just
Good
like,
evening and welcome to the Immersive Experience, a podcast about you, for you, from you. I know you all are probably watching the Super Bowl game, but you can always come back and replay this. And if you do
Boring.
catch us live, well, welcome in, welcome in. Uh,
now he don't watch the
Mental,
Super
you not
Bowl.
into
That's a first.
football?
I am.
So
You
why the
are?
Super Bowl born?
It's boring.
Period.
I'm not into
Yeah.
it as much as I used to be. A
Mm.
lot of things in the flesh kind of fade away. Football, sports, being like a cheerleader. No, I'm a cheerleader to the spirit, to the truth.
Amen. I feel
Okay.
that. He said we're gonna always talk about the truth. I feel that. Well, go ahead and introduce yourselves. Wait, let me go. I guess I'm Desi Lou. I'm your guide tonight for the immersive experience. Tonight, this episode is called Conversations in Translation. And if you want to follow the immersive experience, you can follow us at the_immersive experience on Instagram and the immersive experience on Facebook as well. Nunu, you want to introduce yourself?
Hello, kings and queens. Big new, not the little one. I'm back. Another one. Cali
Okay.
boys.
You said, yeah.
That's all I got. They know who I am.
Okay. All right, mental, you ready?
Well, yes, I am. I was trying to stream it to mine too, trying to do something new.
Oh yeah, let me share
Oh
it on
yeah,
my
because
Facebook real
you should
quick.
be able to share it on your page as well.
But now I got to go all the way back. Here we go, where I can see. All right. Failed experiment. Mental.
Us too.
You can find me on spirituality and natural living on in Facebook. I just do a lot of occult work, dealing with knowledge of self, trying to open up the divine abilities within us, within me, within all of us. It's about it.
Period.
Simple
Can you
and
do me
plain.
a favor, mental? Because since we now, can you explain what cult work is? Like, can you explain that?
Well, occult work. Okay, so the word occult in itself means hidden. All right. And a lot of the work that we do, the meaningful work, especially on ourselves, is hidden. It's hidden to everyone else because it's work we're doing for ourselves. So a lot of the occult work is about us. Saying that, it has to do with more of knowledge of different things, different aspects. For instance, like the moon is a hologram. It don't really exist. You can't put
Yeah.
a spaceship on it. It's not solid. The sun, the stars are all trapped to our atmosphere. You go outside the Earth's atmosphere, you don't see anything. It's dark, it's black. These are the things we know. The NASA government agency, liars. Tell you a lie in a minute. Talking about they didn't went to Mars, they ain't went nowhere. Don't let them lie to you. They've been trying
Look,
to get off the planet since forever.
you getting
All
started
right.
early, huh, man?
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. We breaking it down. When
You
we
fine?
talk about the occult, what is hidden? What is mostly hidden for most of us? The truth. And when we hear the truth, this is the real problem. When we hear the truth, it can sound stranger than fiction.
Yes,
Unfortunately.
I agree with that. I agree.
Unfortunately, it can be stranger. So you'll be like, what is going on? Because they've done a real good job confusing us on what could be and what couldn't be. They got so much out there now, people don't know what's going on. What could be true, what can't be true. So once you get into your cult, you start getting into the mind sciences, things that direct your mind. You start to realize that everything is mental. It's a projection of your mind. Once you can control your mind, you can control what comes in it and what goes out of it. Then you can start to have meaningful impact on the things around you.
Mm.
I don't know why my so That's what the occult is, because it deals with you dealing with your power. And once you power up, for say, once you go inside and you start worrying about what someone says, what you hear, what you see, what you taste, what it smell like, what it feel like, you stop worrying about that and get into you. You start opening up these higher abilities. It starts off with moralism, where you start to just automatically, you don't need a law to function to be right. You're right automatically because you're right on the inside of you, the part of you that knows that we're all connected,
I feel that.
the part of us that we want to go off our infinite knowledge instead of limited knowledge, which we go off of when we go to listening and learning through books. That's the
Mhm.
Sebek. That's the little dog hair, the dog face god. It talks about learning through the ears. The problem with that is there's no way to know if it's true.
Mm.
So what happens is we get indoctrinated or programmed through the ears, through teleli school,
So
elementary school, high school.
I ask you, do you sometimes feel as if you carry that, not not that you feel that way, but you're among a minority who carries that mentality?
The only thing that would make me a minority is that once you break away from religion, you automatically become the minority. Period. Because everybody's religious.
Mm.
Mhm.
Some of us say we ain't religious, but you frame everything in religion. Whenever anyone tells you good or bad, all right, devil, God, that's religion. Spirituality looked at those same principles, but they put it on us. Our lower self, the self that is selfish and wants everything, would be like the devil. It always wants. Our highest self that needs nothing, it just wants to correct our behavior so we can help people and manifest our destiny, needs nothing. And these two pieces of ourself, Satan, God, Jesus, Muhammad, whatever, fight each other for dominance to see what type of person is going to be represented out here in the physical.
But if religion doesn't matter, do you think like it's more of a thing? Because I associate a lot with Christianity because that's what I was raised up in. So of course,
I
I
never said it didn't matter.
no, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm
Okay.
saying when you think that it plays a part on me being religious or not, I or being indoctrinated, I understand where I'm coming from because it's more of a thing like, okay, I call it God, but you can call it whatever you want to call it. You can call it the
Uh-huh.
universe, you can call it the, you know what I'm saying? Like, and for me, that's where my mind is at with it. It's not that it's a thing that's indoctrinated in me. Even when I'm looking at the Bible, even when I'm reading the Bible, it's always a thing of how does this apply to me? It's
Right.
never been a thing of it applies to me because Jesus said da, da, da. No, no, no. Is this the truth? Does this work? Is this doctrine that I could get behind? You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like, so that's how it worked for me. I know a lot of people get to saying like, oh, that's religion. No, yeah, I might speak in a religious tone, but like it's not that I'm religious. It's just that
Well,
that's
you
how I
got to
was raised.
remember, we were all indoctrinated in the. I had it
Absolutely.
worse. My dad was a Christian. My mom was Catholic. I had to go to both. So
Mm.
I'm just saying, we're all indoctrinated. But this is what I try to tell people: we never made a choice to be a Christian or a Catholic or a Muslim. It was the region we were from, and whatever the masses did, we did. And you can go over there to Saudi Arabia. Most of them are Muslims. Why? Because it's a Muslim state. You can go down to South America. Most of them are Santeria. Why? Because it's a Santeria. That's what they. You understand what I'm saying? No one makes a
I
choice
get what
to
you're saying.
actual. Hold on. When we first get into it, none of us make choices to be in whatever religion we in. Now, at some point, we may be like, oh, okay, I want to make that choice now. But more, 9 times out of 10, it's only because that's all we know. We're not privy to other types of religion or other types of culture, things of that nature that can enhance us. We're only privy to what's the mainstream gets. So once you
It's
start looking outside of what everyone else is doing, and doing you and saying like, oh well, I need a book from here. Oh, let me see what the meditation is like. Oh, let me see what the why they do the 40-day fast over here. Let me see about the chakras. Let me understand what the pineal gland, the pituitary gland, and how it functions with melanin and makes me dark and opens up my God body. Let me, you know what I'm saying? So we're never gonna get the truth from secular education. In fact, I don't even know why they call it education. It's not even education, it's
Mm.
training. And that goes from zero to kindergarten all the way up through your master's and doctorate's degree. It ain't nothing but training. There's
I
no
agree.
education in it. But go
What
ahead.
you trying to say, Narissa?
No, I was just gonna say I agree because you know they program you from day one. You get up early in the morning, you go to school, you go from class, get everything is you think it's structured, but it's really them training you for really they don't train you how to be your own boss. They don't train you how to work for yourself. Remember, they took all the workshops, all the trades out of school. Ain't no more
Absolutely.
home ec. Ain't no more like the hardware class that the guys used to say. They don't do none of that no more. My
Heating
cousin,
and cooling.
huh?
Heating and cooling.
Not
You can
even
learn it
heating and
right in
cooling.
high school.
Not that too, but that wasn't what I was talking about. I was talking about
Wood shop, home
wood shop. There you go.
economics,
They don't do
and
wood
all
shopping
them
class no
shit.
more. My cousin
Mm-hmm.
Erica, the one that was just here, she was able to get her CNA while she was still in high school. Like they don't offer that type of stuff no more. It's training. It's class to class to class. Our job is to adapt you to how to become a worker, not be self sufficient. And when I say self sufficient, I mean work for yourself. Because
Mm-hmm.
that's right. Like I always say, like I'm not real big. I'm not big on college at all. I know people with certificates that make way more than people with degrees. I know people
Well,
that don't have nothing. I watched the guy, and this is how I knew that the system was a finesse. I watched the guy that I went to a trade school where we were. I took up a trade in information technology. We were in trade school together. After we graduated, some of us stuck to IT, others took a different path. I obviously am one of those people. Hi, Linnell. I'm obviously one of those people that took a different path. And I watched this one guy with a GED, and I'm not knocking the GED. Don't get it twisted. You finish school right. Everybody not blessed with the same opportunities to, do the whole 4 years. But I watched a guy with a GED become a first grade teacher. Let that sink in. I watched the guy with the GED become a first grade teacher.
mm,
What
And
college?
all he had was a GED. He didn't
All
have
that
no
man had was
extra.
a GED. The school that Nyla's in now, that's why she in the school now because he recommended. It's a trade school. And do
Mm.
you know in trade school you don't need it? A degree is not required. Only in public
right.
school.
Only in public schools. They want you
This
to
man
make sure
had a
you have
GED.
that
I used to
training.
watch this man off the clock being video, and it's not no shade, but I can't help what I saw because you don't see teachers. Well, backward in my day, we didn't see teachers doing all this. But I literally, when he wasn't in the classroom, he was on the block gang banging. But a
Mm,
phenomenal teacher though, phenomenal. But that's the point that I'm making is a college degree especially is a finesse. It's a finesse. I'm when my daughter gets old enough, if she wants to go to college, I'm not gonna steer her away from it. But I just rather show you how to make this money for yourself. I'd rather you take up a trade, sit in the classroom 4 years, put yourself in
for,
debt for what?
for the money
Then
you about to pay for this education, you could start your own business.
absolutely. All
Let's
you
be
gotta do is
real.
get your credit together.
In all a bachelor's degree, master's degree, that says we have the ability to sit in the classroom, still read a book, regurgitate it, and write it down on paper.
Just to
Right.
get out, just to graduate and not even be able to afford to pay that back.
But it isn't teaching us anything.
Nothing. I mean, it's teach you about your trade, but let's just be for real. You
It
go
ain't
because I know,
really what.
I know
What
that's what
is
my
a
problem was.
psychology degree really teaching you? A sociology degree, unless you getting an engineering degree,
Engineer,
you know,
nursing, law is pointless. It's
it, it-
pointless.
you
Real
got to
talk. Like
know
I'm not
somebody
big on
to
college
get
at
into
all.
any field with those because you got to know. And the fields you get in normally don't pay much.
At all. I'm literally the jack of all trades, no specialty. I've been to school for construction, IT, what all? I went to school for medical assistant at one point. I went to, well, it's not a school, but I took a training course in security. So I have my conceal to carry and my forward card. I could go to either one of them. I hear hard times, I can go to either one of them right now and can trump somebody with a degree. And that's sad because you really didn't set up here and put like yourself in debt for a piece of paper that you can't even afford to pay back.
Can't even get a job that you thought you was gonna get to help you in your career. No,
And even if you do, you still can't afford to pay for that degree.
I'm gonna say because China says sometimes having a degree gets you more money in a regular job, so it does have its benefits. I'm gonna tell you this, like
yeah,
from
I can.
experience.
Yeah, but
Uh,
like we just both agree, if you in
no,
nursing, engineering, or law outside of that, like, come on now.
I'm gonna say this: the more, and this gonna sound crazy, but the more black women started getting degrees and shit, that shit
The
don't
less
matter.
valuable they
They
became.
don't pay. They do not pay you for having a degree coming into a job no more. You
No,
can't
because
just be
even me
like,
graduating
oh,
IT school,
they
I
don't do
just did
that
a
no
whole
more.
year training just to get to a job, and they said, "Oh, you don't have enough experience under your belt."
They
What I
don't
just
do
sit in
that
this
no more.
classroom for the last year for?
You got to remember the whole job and hired to be fired is a whole joke anyway. You can
You know
get
what?
somebody that knows somebody that'll trump right over you with your degree, and he ain't got shit.
Don't
But
got
he part
nothing.
of the he ain't got nothing. But he part of the family or this or that. So I mean, I don't really pay that much attention. It shouldn't really care because if once you find who you are, once you get that knowledge and you're doing the thing that you're supposed to do, you don't give a damn about what anybody else is doing. Once you
Absolutely.
find out what you need to do and you manifesting your destiny, that's all that it is. That's why I said last week, like I said, sometimes we absolutely have to be selfish
Yeah.
and on
I
what
agree
we
with that.
want and what we need. And if someone isn't giving you that, then hey, I ain't mad at you for doing what you got to do.
Yeah.
Because you got, especially if you're talking about being a goddess and you trying to get your divine facilities working, that means you really got to be selfish because you got to do things everybody else ain't doing.
Hmm.
Yeah. I agree
You
with
got to
that.
sit down and meditate. And even if you ain't doing much, just sit down and breathe and be with yourself, TV off in a nice, quiet place. You know what I'm saying? You got to do certain things to get yourself with yourself. Make sure
Mhm.
everything is good, everything is peaceful with yourself.
I'll say this, like, Nunu, I know you had some issues this week too. And I say, like,
Oh
even starting
Jesus.
this podcast and mental. So even with your book and things, I don't know. Maybe we could just ask these questions and see where they go. But it's about carrying the dream on your own. You know what I'm saying? So I know it's one thing to just be like in a business place and like not have support or anything like that. Even starting my podcast thinking like, people gonna show up, maybe they won't show up, even sending out invitations. And I'm like, people not even catching on, people not saying nothing, people not writing nothing. Like, I'm not seeing nothing. So like it took me not giving up on myself. Like mental, how about with your book and everything? Like, did you see the support that like what type of expectations did you go in with? Did you go in with any how like how'd that
I'm
work
gonna
out?
be real. When I went in, my whole thing was to make something for my people that I done did all the science, I done did all the studying for you. All you have to do is just read it and apply it. You know what I mean? So I made it more or less a thing so that if someone didn't know about being black, why, what it is, and how it functions, then I made Overstanding Darkness so you can understand how important it is and the qualities that you have and that we've been lied to. All
Mhm.
right. A 40-year-old black man and a 40-year-old white man are two different physical bodies, are totally different. But they don't say that. They give us the same stuff. They treat us all the same. That's why black men especially hate to go into hospitals. It feels to us like a death trap.
Hold on, y'all. So Linnell Gray says, I feel like to building your own business and having your own company comes from using your brain, and having education will definitely make things go way smoother for y'all. I 100% agree with
I
that.
agree.
I think I do, like, I know people that has their business management degree, but I'm gonna say this. I know people who don't have that degree and have way more knowledge than somebody with that degree, because it's about being in the field. You could sit in the classroom all day, and let's just be for real. Half of us have ADHD.
No,
We're not. We're
listen.
not. We're not
I'm gonna
receiving all
put it
that. But
like
being
this.
in the field, practicing it is way more beneficial than sitting in the classroom listening to somebody talk about it all day.
Absolutely. Think about these drug dealers. They're breaking down pounds, chemicals, cutting them, slicing them,
They
putting them in the
chemists.
bags, opening up, look, counting their product, seeing how much money they're going to make, how much return should be back. Knowing, think of the mental math. They're businessmen. They just don't know it. They think, oh, I'm a drug dealer. No, nigga, that's a business. It
Yep.
takes a lot. Everybody can't do it.
And he said, but they still use their brain to accomplish it. Absolutely. They
I,
brain. Not
I'll
not
say
what was
this
taught to them
though,
in the classroom. They
but what
like
I
in my
will
case, I
give.
don't have a business management degree. Everything I know, I learned from being in the field.
But this is my thing. That's still education. Education is
You
it's
teaching
not just
yourself.
sitting
You're
in.
not paying nobody $30,000, $40,000 for stuff that you could really just self-teach yourself.
That's fine. That's just one side of education. But
Mhm.
education is still being able to continue. People who got out of school in the eighth grade, you think about all these people that they talk about who dropped out of school in the 11th grade and they didn't have to go get no degree, but they still got educated themselves. The same way you still educated yourself on your business,
Mhm.
how this shit work, how the back office work, how I need to go get my LLC. And I mean, that's basically about carrying the dream on your own. Even if I'm looking for a mentor, if I'm looking for a person who can help me, and if everybody is shutting me down along the way, but I'm seeing things that's catching my eye, I'm still educating myself. I'm
But
still
but you basically saying the same thing that I'm saying. Like now you hear what you said, you educate yourself. You didn't go to no classroom, pay $30,000, $40,000 for
but
that.
that's what I'm saying. I'm saying education just doesn't happen in the classroom.
No, I know
Right.
that. Well, I ain't saying that.
I,
I'm just
I
saying for
found the
people
book
that
that
feel
they
like
were reading
they
in the
need that
college
degree to
course
get ahead. You
and
don't.
read it myself.
Yeah, you know what
You
I'm
No, no,
know
no.
what
saying?
I'm
All
saying?
I'm saying is you don't need that degree to accomplish that. You could accomplish
Right.
it on
No,
your
Well,
I
own.
got
degree, all a degree does is kind of make it easier because they say, oh, if you got a degree, a bachelor's, a master's, oh, okay, you must be
It's
this type.
it's jobs
You
out on
know,
Indeed right now that say, oh, you need a degree, but you still need 3 years of work history. Well,
for
where I'm gonna start at?
exactly. Not with that
Somebody got to
job,
take their chance on
obviously.
me.
Nah, not with that job. But yeah, so I think it's a lot of times like even just not I don't know, education is important. It's a lot of things that's in,
Absolutely. I
it's
would
just a
never,
lot
like
of
I said, I
things.
would never discourage my daughter. If that's what she want to do with her life, I'm gonna encourage it. I'm gonna pay for it. I'm gonna support it, and I'm gonna be right there when you walk across the stage.
When
But
I
my preference is, baby, look, I'm gonna show you how to get this without having to get it, giving a man all this money to get it.
no, but for real, that's a legitimate thing. The only thing, like when I was teaching kindergarten, the best thing about teaching kindergarten was the free learning, where the kids got to ask the questions that they wanted to ask, and they got to learn about the things that they wanted to learn about. Because now I
Mhm.
knew it was something that was sticky, because this was something that you were curious about. The things that I'm teaching you, how do I even get you curious about the things that I'm about to teach you? One thing I used to do is like even trying to like play a little simple sometimes so they can actually teach me what they thought they knew. Like, girl, okay, what you know? Tell me, because I'm slow. I don't know nothing. So just letting them have it. Linnell said, even if it feel good just to have it. Nah,
It feel I can see that because you actually accomplished something. You stuck to something
it's
for
an
4 straight years,
accomplishment.
and then if you proud of yourself like that, more than likely you got good grades them whole 4 years. I'm not knocking nobody with a college degree. I'm not gonna discourage nobody from getting a college degree. But what I will say is not necessary. I
I
will
think
say
back
that.
in
no.
the
All
day,
I'm gonna
Depending
say
on
is a
your career,
college
let me
degree
correct that.
is
Depending on your
not
career.
a college degree is not an education. That's the only thing I'm saying. That's
and
it.
I don't, yeah, I don't think it
That's
just
it. That is not an
that's
education. Okay.
It's a
So
finesse. Big pharma and the college school system is the two biggest finesses out here. You gonna charge
boom.
me 30, and then let's talk about it. Like the
Well,
more
no, you got to
crazy
remember
injuries.
everything runs off the 5 P's, the crescent moon cycle. 5 P's: psychology, philosophy, polytheism, the pineal gland, and politics. Everything they do comes under there. Your hospital system, your lawyers, your doctors, your prison inmates, All that comes under the 5 P's. It's called the power of the crescent moon cycle.
Mm.
See, they using principalities and things that they've learned or stolen from higher places and bring it down. Things we used to use, and they bring it down and they pervert it. These ain't nothing but
No,
philosophies we used to use in Egypt thousands, 10, 20, 30, 100,000 years ago.
but everything points to the same thing. If we looking at everything, everything keeps saying like so above, so below, so
So
within,
below.
so without. So to me, it's just if you see it in the spiritual, you can expect it in the physical. If you can grasp it in the mental, then you can expect it to come any other type of way. So it's just about, and that's
But
why
it's
I
not
don't.
that easy.
I
It's
understand it.
timing.
I understand it's
That's the
not.
key.
I understand it's not that easy, but I understand it's a mental process. It's a flicking of the switch. And like literally, once you able to flip that switch and understand like, okay, everything that I am encountering is at least some type of version of me, some type of something that has to do with me. That's
Keeping that
where
in mind. Hmm.
exactly. So once I went like then that's what I told like this lady. She told me I was full of shit because I told her I said I try to let my subconscious bleed into my consciousness, and she told me she was like nobody is that aware, and I'm like that's what I'm working
Bullshit.
on, like literally
Bullshit.
working on that, like huh?
Just because she can't fathom it don't mean it can't be done. In fact, I
But
counter
that's
that
what
with
I know though.
anything you want to do can be done.
Absolutely, I know that though.
But yeah, what I was
So
just saying is you're right, but everything depends on that timing. And
mhm.
when the timing comes, we got to be in with that spirit. Instead of flickering the switch off or on, flick it on and let it be on all the time. So you walk in the spirit all day long. It's easier said than done, but trust me, the feeling of what you'll get, because now you're seeing things with like new eyes. Same
Yeah,
stuff. You done been to work, same day, same way every time. Now everything look brand new
yeah, I agree
because
with you.
you're new. It's almost like you've been born again. How have you been born again? In your own spirit and your own energies.
I
Because
say like it's always been one thing about me is like, well, I just always like to keep my curiosity open. So the same things I experienced as a child, I always try to stay in tune with like all of me, so I can understand how I've progressed over the years, or where, like I always talk about, finding patterns and different things like that. Even when it comes to insecurities, when it comes to just dealing with myself, because like it's a thing where I get like a lot of people could just be like, "Oh, you don't have to worry about that." Like I talk about all the time, like I talk about me a lot, and so I just think it's just one of those things where you kind of you gotta walk yourself over you a million and one times with a fine tooth comb. Like if you ever got lice and you know how they got that special comb that you gotta comb the lice out with, that's how you gotta go inside yourself and like really
look,
break
you
yourself
got to
open.
be a
Mm-hmm.
third party of you.
Yeah.
You got to see you, how you're acting, how you're feeling outside of you. Because you're just sitting there an observer. And that means you cannot be influenced by emotional situations. None. Because if you're going to be influenced by emotional situations, it's putting your consciousness into the physical. When
What was
you
the last
refuse
thing that you were emotionally triggered by?
me,
Yeah.
probably a movie.
What?
I love kids. I think kids are the most special things on this earth. And I was watching a movie and the kid was getting done wrong. It was horrible. And and then I just got a gushing feeling of all the kids that get done wrong. So it kind of like a wave of emotion. And I actually was crying. I was like, damn. I felt like, whew, glad no one's around to see you like
I'm the
this.
same way. Like I have a really, really, it's kind of scary. I have a really soft spot for kids. Like babies are precious. They
Yeah.
are little beings that belong in the china cabinet. They deserve to be
All the
protected
kids.
by all means necessary. I have a, I have a bad. Like I can't even watch. a news article on the child getting done wrong because the way my mental thing, I don't see that kid. I see Nyla. So I just don't even do that to myself. I won't read it. I don't need I see my daughter.
I know what you said.
You know
Right.
what I'm
And
saying?
you
So I
have that
just rather not
protection
even
for all
bother.
the kids.
I say a quick prayer and then scroll to the next because it's like that baby didn't deserve that, and I don't need to be up. I lose sleep over it. I'm crazy. Like I lose sleep over it. Like, oh my god, this baby, is they okay?
Let's sleep over it.
That was one of
For
my
real.
biggest hangups when I had my daughter and she wasn't with me.
Mm.
And her mama was sketchy. And I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to kill a nigga about my baby. I see it already.
Oh
Mhm.
And the spirit came to me, or myself came to me, and was like in a meditation, was like, didn't I take care of you? You think I know you can't be right if your seeds ain't right? Come on, bro. They
Mhm.
part of us. We good. And from that point on, I never worried about it. And
yeah,
I never did. I never had to.
I feel
So, I mean, it's all about going into self and actually getting those answers. There's nothing you can't know right here, right now. Not tomorrow, not next week, not next year. Right here, right now. But it's getting into us, pushing all this noise, this outside noise away,
yeah.
being you against what other somebody else is gonna say. Oh, you look better like this, or you look better like that. Do you know that the fashion industry for black women alone, is $1 billion industry? Hair, nails, makeup, $1 billion industry.
Mhm.
How much money could we be? And this is just black women alone, not other cultures, just black women. How much
Uh-uh.
money we could be
We the
saving?
only ones out here paying $200-$300 for a wig install.
No,
We the only one.
y'all not. It's white women out here doing the
No,
They
same
she
do it.
right. There's white women doing it too. You
It's white
absolutely
women
right.
doing it too. But
But
it's us.
they're getting their own shit. That's fur. That's not hair.
Oh
It's
yeah,
not hair.
they definitely getting that what they call it. They call it the blend. So you don't know if
Then
you got cat
remember they
hair,
had
dog
when
hair, Alba Sua. You don't know what
they
you got.
put the lice inside the wigs
Jesus,
and
it's taking
shipped
it
it to
there.
the man. There's all types of stuff they did to us, bro. Real talk. But when you be who you are, these nappy ass heads, like you said, yeah, it's nappy, but it's kingly. Everything I touch turn black. I know who I am.
Nah, for
It don't
real.
matter.
But we
Okay?
we we we're not about to have this conversation about the hair because
Everything I
No, go
touch turn black. All
ahead.
right? I'm
yeah
just
we
Mental,
not
saying.
because
mental.
I'm just
I'm
I
right.
just
You know what
nah
I'm
saying.
nah nah
saying,
I can't go.
Desi? Everything
I
I
see my
touch.
baby.
So I don't know what to tell them. You know what I'm saying? I'm unapologetic about it.
Black.
You gotta chill,
Okay?
man. Like
Dark,
I have a closet full of these things. Like you gotta
nigga.
chill on the
Uh, uh,
wigs.
I'm
I'm
lazy.
black.
I'm not
That
trying to wake
that
up with no
dominates
different.
colorful intellect. So anybody that got color, you all in me, baby, because I'm black. You put black on the chalkboard. Black is a mix of all the colors, because
That's it.
every color is in black.
Absolutely.
That's
Everyone.
it.
You take it
That's
all.
why space is dark. That's why the black woman represents
And see, that's
space,
another thing. I'm
and
like,
how
boy,
the
we'll be on here
sun
for
came
hours.
out of the black woman's south gate, her
What you
womb. The SUNSON. That's how stars and planets started happening through the great mother, the great darkness of space. We're a
And hold on,
representation
it's
of
fun.
darkness.
I want to touch on that for a second because my friend Bree and my best friend Bree and her sister, they acknowledge God as a
a
woman.
woman?
I
They
A
feel
agree.
like
woman.
God is a woman. So okay, so
Well,
you
it
agree? Okay.
really, you can't look at the
Woman.
Almighty Creator as a woman or a man. But if you're going to choose one of the two, it would definitely be a woman. But go ahead.
No. I'm not even disagreeing with you. When they said it, it made so much sense because it's like we the ones that breed, we the ones that birth, we the ones that started the whole population. So why would it just be a man? You know, we always
You know
acknowledge God as
why?
he, a
Because
king,
the
and this and that.
European hates women. The European man hates women.
That's
They
crazy because
want
they
women
embrace Tina
to be
Turner.
subservient and under their control.
Mm.
That's why you never had a female president.
But you know what? Okay.
I'm
I
trying to
also,
tell you this. I'm
but
being
I
real.
also agree because over the years I've always heard the reason why woman has never ran this country is because we are too emotional, and I agree with that. We are.
Bullshit. That's bullshit.
I
Men are
agree with it
emotional
because
too.
you
That's
gotta
crap.
no men are
Just like
emotional,
just like they
but
say
you got
women
a
can't
lot
be in
more
the
women that'll
pulpit.
make a
They
decision
can't be
based
a
on her
minister.
emotions.
That's bullcrap.
I think I agree with it
You're not
because I
that
think
emotional. You don't get so emotional that you throw your kid out there in a gunfight. You get emotional and protect your kid and take his ass to the house. So we got to remember a lot of stuff that
but
you're
you
talking
talking
about
about a
right now.
kid
Hold
in the
on,
country.
is programming from a man's point of view, saying this is what women should be. This is what women should do. This is who women are. A man trying to tell a woman who she is, what she is. Okay, in a dominating, narcissistic fashion. Meaning, if you don't curtail to what I want you to be, you're nothing.
We accepted it.
You had no choice through slavery and all of that stuff, through programming. That's why y'all like to weave now. It's not that. And then you
Oh,
actually
that's
think,
not
listen,
why I
listen.
like the
And then you
weave.
actually
See,
think
here we
that
go
us
with this
men,
again.
listen, then you
I'm not on
actually
that with
think
you,
that us
mental.
men care. We don't really care about the weave.
Oh,
We don't
I
care
don't
about the
think that
nails.
y'all
We don't
care.
care about the toe. I'm going to be real with you.
We
We
don't think
don't.
y'all care. I'm
But
gonna tell
but
you
but you
from the
know what?
two
How do you know
percent.
we do that to
Hold on,
y'all?
let me tell you from the 2% that I'm sitting on, cause I don't give a fuck if a nigga care about the wig that I got on or not. Cause baby, listen, as
Baby,
quick as
this.
I put it on, I will snatch this
I'll
bitch
take it
clean the
off and
fuck
say,
off.
take me as I
And
am.
it's a thing. It's not a thing of me trying to assimilate. It's not a thing of it is literally if I take this wig off and show you what is under here, I got two braids. I mean, two big braids, and I walk around like that
Two thick
all the
ass
time
braids. No, reanimate that because
proudly.
your hair
That's
thick as
not
hell.
my point is
No,
if
but let
you're a
me
woman of
know.
spirit, you should be all about who you are.
But I
Now,
am.
I
Be listen.
understand that you say, because y'all women, and you're right. Sometimes you want to switch it up, you want to look different. Tenfold.
It's
I'm not
not
mad
even
at
that.
anyone.
It's not even that mental. I'm lazy. I do not want to comb this thick shit out because the moment I put shampoo in it,
And that do
the
not mean
moment
that you don't
some
want to embrace yourself at all.
what?
No one has 2 to 3 hours every day to dedicate to our natural 4C
I
hair.
don't.
Period.
I don't. And
You
I'm
don't
You're
need the
go.
probably,
mental.
And I
look,
mean, I could walk out there
You
with a
don't need the
nappy
mental.
ass,
that
crunchy
is, no,
ass
no,
afro.
that is absolutely reasonable, but it still hurts the cause. Okay?
I
If
ain't with
black
you on
women, hold on, listen to me. If black women had their hair, even if you just had it in an afro, you just came out and said, fuck it, I'm just gonna pick it, put it in an afro, and keep it
See,
fucking
hold on, I
stepping.
gotta stop you there because you see what he said. Even if you just pick it, you think waking up and just picking it gonna solve the problem? No, it's not. It's a process. It's a process. Even
Whatever
if you wrap your
process
hair
you
up in a
got.
bonnet, you still
grow your
listen.
hair
You
out. Grow your hair out.
I've
Grow
had
your
long
hair
hair.
out.
You right. It's tough to clean. It's tough and all that. I'm
That's
it's
what
with
not
you.
I'm
tough. Hold
saying.
on,
I'm
it's not
with you.
tough. It's a process
But
every day. That's
you're
all.
not listening to what I'm saying. That's part of being a black woman, being a black god, being a goddess. Dealing with that hair. Why? Because it symbolizes your strength, your power.
And I
Whenever you
dealt with
subdue
it.
it, like Samson with the hair, they put his hair, they restrained it. That's our power. That whole movie of Samson was about us
That is
because we're the
ideal for a
only
woman who
people
does
on
not
the
have a
planet
nine to
that
five.
have 9 ether hair that grows to the planet. Only people on the planet.
Listen, as a let's take the entrepreneur out of it. As a working woman that work a 9 to 5 Monday through Friday, respectfully, I'm not waking up at 4 o'clock every day just to tame my hair, then start my day.
You
That
right.
turns that turns an 8 to 10 hour day into a 12 to 14 hour day. We only get
If
24.
if it ain't worth it to you, then it ain't worth it.
It
I'm
ain't
not
worth
mad
it.
at you.
I could.
I'm not
It
mad
ain't worth
at
to
you.
95
If
to
it
a
ain't
hundred
worth
percent of
it,
women.
it ain't worth it. I
It's
feel
not.
you.
It's
All
not.
I'm saying is when you
But that don't mean
when
that I don't
I
appreciate
think,
my crown no less though.
well, if you don't show it, it kind of says that you don't appreciate it.
Not true. Because who
No.
says I won't show
Well,
it?
well, let me say this.
It's a
Let me say that
convenience thing.
your image of what you put out there when you go to church, when you go to club, when you go on a date. That's who you want people to think you are. Not the one when you at home with your two braids in, chilling around the house with
But they
you
see me
both.
in all
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna
forms.
throw this scenario out there, and I
I'm just
want to see.
saying,
They
Hold
see
on, hold
me in
on.
if
all
that's the,
forms.
but
I'm
when
gonna
they
throw this
meet
scenario out there
you,
real quick.
hold
Hold
on,
on,
they won't
hold on.
see that part of
I'm gonna
you.
throw a
Hold on,
scenario
hold on.
out there, and I
They
want to
won't
know how
see that
yours.
part of you until you let them.
So you
The
and your
first
wife,
you is
you
gonna be
and your
your
wife,
best you.
hold on. You and your wife are on the cruise. You and your wife are on a 7-day cruise.
Uh-huh.
Y'all are in the Bahamas. We just gonna name a hot place.
Wherever, right.
We
I'm with
already
you.
know 4C hair and heat don't mix. Okay? Now, every single day, your wife got to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to tame her hair before y'all could do anything. And if that four and things happen, we have days where our hair don't want to act right, all type of stuff. So you mean to tell me that you okay every single day? Watch your wife 4 hours a day. Well, I ain't gonna say 4 hours. That's strong. At least 2 to 3 hours every day before y'all start y'all day taming her hair because she needs to accept her hair for
Number
what it
one,
is.
I don't think it's gonna take 2 to 3 hours a day.
That's the
There,
problem right
there's
there.
got to be a 30 minute. It ain't gonna
There
be
is no 30 minutes.
spectacular
Nothing with
because
4C
I'm
hair
not
is
trying to
that.
put on for nobody, but it's
That's the
gonna be
problem.
right. Number
That's the
number two,
problem.
because well, it could be your self
And you
image.
think that this really
You
could be
want too
resolved in 30
much.
minutes and it can't.
You want too much.
No, I'm not talking about pressing, perm, or nothing. A simple tame every day. A
And what is
simple
a
tame
simple
every day.
tame? What is a simple tame?
We
Well,
have to, you
first
gotta
I gotta detangle my hair. We gotta make sure I
yes,
grease it,
detangling is not a
moisturize
30-minute
it first.
process. It's
I
not.
gotta comb it out. After I comb it out, then we gotta twist it up. And now, if we can prep at night, that'll
And
be
this is natural
that's
hair.
clutch. Cause you could do that. You could spend the time it takes at night and
And
do
so
it. But
what you're saying is it's easier for you to put on that hair and well that fur and
absolutely,
be
I said
good.
I'm lazy. I
No, no,
said
I
that.
got you. I got you. Good
I
for.
said that at the beginning. I'm lazy as hell, baby.
I don't
I'm
want to. I
supposed to
don't want to
get.
spend half of my vacation taming my hair. I'm here to have fun.
Well, wouldn't you have it braided or something in a pattern where all you got to
No,
do is
embrace
maybe
my fro.
puff out
What?
the backs? There's all different types of ways
No,
that
And
you can
listen,
do it.
no. We're
when
not
we
doing
going
that.
to get
I'm
in the
embracing my
water,
crown. I'm wearing my fur
I'm
every day
take
on
this
this
off.
cruise.
On a cruise, I wouldn't even wear. I wouldn't care. I would leave my fro out on a cruise.
No, 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 no. But he said embrace that fro. So let's embrace this fro. This whole 7 days we here. I got to tame it 2 to 3 hours
Absolutely,
a day.
absolutely. See,
I
once
don't
again,
care though, cause I'm gonna
I
be
would
swimming.
never, I would let my significant other know, which I have. You ain't ever got to wear. If you was bald, I wouldn't give a damn. It's not your hair that I fell in love with.
Right, it's you.
That's me. That's just me. So once I'm telling you that, boom, and let me say, even before I'm married, once I'm telling you that, hey, I don't need all that. I don't need all the nails. I don't need all of this. I don't need all of that. For me,
For
for
you.
me,
For
for
you.
me, for
Right.
me. Now, if you need that for you, I start to question why. If you got a man that says, no, ain't nothing wrong with looking good, don't get it twisted. I'm not saying that. Getting done ain't nothing wrong with that. But when that has to be you every time you leave the house, I question things. I just have issues.
I feel
I,
that.
you know what I'm saying? It's the look you're trying to preserve ain't real.
But that's a you problem. That ain't got nothing to do with that. That don't got nothing to
That's all.
do.
Well,
And
it
That's
shows
all I'm
what's
trying to say.
going
Like that's your
on the inner
preference.
you. It's
it
not a
does.
see when you start to get spiritually cultivated, everything we do demonstrates us. Everything. Your diet, what you wear, what you're putting on, the soap you use, the hair product, everything represents us
You got to be aware you on every level.
on every level. And a
Absolutely.
lot of things that we do for a superficial level, a physical material level. We do for others, not really because we want to do it. That's all.
Yeah. I ain't never.
We're in
I
that
tell
five
this
P.
story. Mental. I tell this story to the day I die. When I was in the fifth grade, a girl clocked me for wearing the same pants 2 days in a row. Mental. I stopped giving a fuck about my appearance then. And when I tell you that I showed up, how I showed up, the way I wanted to show up, and if anybody had anything to say, bitch, you don't like it, change it. That's how I
Buy my
felt.
own clothes. Well, it's
Exactly.
funny you should say that because I had my mom was from Panama and I was like the black sheep of the family. I had two older brother about 2.5 years older, younger brother about 4 years younger. So I was like the black sheep. And my mom, I remember sixth grade, she used to make me wear my clothes twice. So I had this loud yellow and blue shirt, and you know that when you wear that twice,
Right. I
everybody
know you
knows.
were twice. No,
So
really.
embarrassed. Now, mind you, my brothers didn't wear their shit twice. I never even knew. I didn't care what she picked out. You know what I'm saying? But it
Yeah.
was a
And then
coming
you a
into
boy,
my
y'all
own
definitely
like
don't care.
right. It was a coming into my own like, oh, okay, god damn, I see what's going on. Right, right, right. Even
It's
though I
lingerie.
can see these kids wearing the same pants multiple times a week, they would never wear it back to back,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
back to back.
Well, it
But
hit different when it's 2, 3 days in a row.
oh, right,
It's
right,
been
right.
that way. I stopped giving a fuck. I stopped doing my hair. If my mama wanted to touch my hair, she was a hell no. I didn't. And the crazy thing is, mental. I didn't wear wigs up until I graduated college. I was like 21, 22 when I started wearing wigs.
So then why? What
Uh, a, a
changed?
lot of
No, so see,
a
this
lot
is
of
what I'm
things
saying.
were
What
things.
changed in you that all of a sudden a wig was the way to go?
I stopped perming my hair.
That's and I second that because I haven't had a
Why are
perm.
you permanent from the first place?
That's just how I was raised. My mama was perming
Yeah.
my hair, so it was
Oh, I
always
And
see
my
what
mom
you're
mental
and
saying.
my
type
mom
shit.
used to
It
send
was
me to
just
the
something.
shop.
Because you
So
do realize there are actually all natural berries and juices you can put in your hair that will keep it from getting kinky, that will allow you to comb it. You ain't got to do all that work. It may last every so many days, but still all natural. You ain't gonna get it at Walmart.
And I got them in my hair. I buy my products offline. I get my pomegranate, my blueberry juice,
You
whatever,
already know.
and I use that on my head. My scalp, my head is well taken care of. I'm
But
telling you
then you
because
don't
I
show it. Ain't
because
that
which
don't that defeat the whole purpose?
what
it's called a
no,
protective style.
Oh,
just
careful,
braid it. It's just
It's
braid
careful.
called
it
a
back.
protective style. Like you
I
got
don't
to
know.
think about it. Like when you don't feel like right now, I have straight to the back braids in my hair. I don't give no fuck. I got a head full of hair. I snatch this bitch off right now. But
No, for
it's
real, and
it's
I
a
will.
protective
Like no,
style.
like real
No, I
shit. Like I
understand
will.
what you're saying. It's just that it's so ingrained in black women that it's just phenomenal. And I get what you say. If it actually took me an hour to do my goddamn hair, oh,
Not
I'm
an
gonna have to.
hour. Hold
I
on,
might
2 to 3 hours.
look. I cut this shit off. Okay, I can't do 2 3 hours.
See,
I'm
you
with
gotta
you.
feel us
So
in.
when you right, I feel what you're saying,
Okay.
but us as a people, especially black women, we have too much of that bullshit in our system. Too much
So
makeup, too
say
much
that to the
nails,
women that
too much
literally can't
hair.
wait. Say
What?
that to the women who can't leave the house without a wig and a lash. Say that to
You're
the
right.
women that
I know what you're
really
saying. But
that
if you were gonna
severely
go,
suffer from
this is what I'm saying.
insecurity
If
from
you
that.
were gonna go on a brand new date with a dude that you met and you putting your best foot forward, what is your best foot forward looking
I
like?
don't wear makeup, but brand new foot.
A
It's just
lash and
me,
a lip
barefaced.
gloss.
I just go
A
out. Cause
lash
to
and a lip
me,
gloss. I don't wear makeup because
Oh,
I have
ladies,
sensitive
come
skin.
I
on.
swear to God, I swear to God, I swear to
Okay,
God.
I can't.
You
I don't wear
It
you
makeup
know
might be
what?
either. I
true.
don't
Matter of
wear
fact,
makeup
we
either
going
though.
to the
I don't
park
wear
to
makeup.
smoke one. Fuck you talking about? We outside, bitch. We in nature. Fuck is you talking about? I don't need no lashes to go smoke one in the park with
You
you,
right.
bitch.
You right.
Nah, we outside. Let me show you this place where I like to smoke at. We by the river, bruh. Put your feet up in here with me. Let's talk about some shit. I'm trying to talk to you. Cause any nigga
Tempo.
I'm going out with, I'm trying to get to know. It's not a if it's I'm with you mental, it's not about this. So this wig I got on, that's why when I'm looking at niggas, I'm like, this shit don't matter to me, bro. I don't care. And a lot of people be like, oh, it's the job, it's your
But
ambition for me. It's
it's the
about your
same
hustle.
way.
It's about your like
It's the same way with the dude. If you see a dude, he got all these jewels on. Look, everything all tight and right. Niggas ain't like that. Niggas ain't never that tight and right. Nigga, that's women shit. Y'all be tight and right. We be just trying to look good. However we think we look good, we try. When you see a person is doing too much, a man, leave that nigga alone.
He's sassy.
you think so? What if he just care
It's a
about how
bad bitch right
he look?
there.
I'm trying to tell you. Listen. I'm giving you a
Angela, you
jewel
already
of
know
the
I fuck with
game.
real niggas. Like ain't no
Thank
ain't
you.
nobody nah.
And we don't do that. We don't
Now
unless you
don't get me
catch us
wrong.
fresh from the barber
Yeah,
shop.
they do the barbershop, but when guys and I'm not even I would never knock a man for a manicure or pedicure. Respect it. Don't get in my business,
Nope,
no
I ain't
hard
got
ass
no
feet.
problem with that either.
Don't get in my business,
With
no
a
hard ass
clear
feet.
coat,
But
no
the
color.
guys that The guys
Right.
that's out here getting these $75, $100 haircuts, like, come on now, bro. You can get that same
Come
thing
on, bro.
done for
Come
$40.
on. Come on. Right. Come on. But hey, I will say my disclaimer is if it works for you, all you people out there, whatever you into, if it works for you, it works for me. Okay. I'm
Because
just talking
baby,
about
your
spiritual
$75 haircut look
cultivation.
just like this $40 haircut. I'm sorry, he used the same white chalk on your line. And like, come on now, big bro.
Okay. In
Respectfully.
the occult, everything we just talked about wouldn't mean shit because it really doesn't have to do with anything on the inner us. That's
I
how the
think
occult
that
works.
I will say this. So this is something that I feel like a lot of people tend to forget because we keep saying it. If we say so above, so shall it be below. Boop boop
Hmm.
boop boop boop. Every piece of you matters. So it doesn't matter what like it all matters. Your this matters, the spiritual matters, the mental matters. In order for one thing to fall in line, in order for everything to fall in line, one has to fall in line consecutively after the other.
No, no, I know what you're saying. You're right.
So I just
It,
think like
you can't run a
everything.
marathon if you weigh 700 pounds. That shit ain't gonna work. You
So
ain't even gonna get one lap.
your nuances matter just as the biggest piece of you, just as the most spiritual part of you. So like even if we talking about football and you like, oh, I don't really fuck with football. Why you don't fuck with football like that? Well, it's not really my thing. It still help peer into you. It just depends on how far you're trying to take it. Some people only want to scratch the surface with it. But I think like a lot of,
Well,
a lot of
once again, when everyone is doing it 9 times out of 10, it's not for me.
I feel that.
That's how I can put that. Super Bowl, everyone's watching it. Okay, yeah, I'm pretty good. NBA championship, yeah, okay, everyone's watching it. I'm good. Let's put a movie on.
Yeah. No, for
That's just
real.
me though, because I don't care like
No,
that about that. None of that means anything to me.
but it's not
Whether
just you. Cause I'm the same way, or I wouldn't be here right now. Like
I'm
I
just
am the
saying,
same way, and I promise you, everything in me, like I was thinking, like I didn't even think you and Nunu would show up because I'm like, shit, this is solo dolo. But that's
Girl,
why it took
you
me
ain't
so
get no
long.
card for me saying I want coming.
No, I'm just saying, I didn't know if y'all was gonna be at games or like them little parties or whatever, with people. I
well,
just
I
don't.
can't
Listen,
talk
I'm
for
over here
Nunu.
screaming touchdown
Look,
and don't know what the fuck going on.
the spirit is all I'm about. When I'm called, I show up.
No,
I
but for
mean, I got it on my TV, but I don't know what's going on. I'm talking about touchdown. They just made a play.
What's the
I don't
score?
know. It ain't up yet. Okay. SF has 10 and KC has 3.
49ers
Yeah,
got 10 and the Chiefs
ten
got
to
2.
three.
That's crazy.
Really,
I
it's a boring
know
game to
them
be
Chiefs
honest with you.
fans mad as fuck. They done went all the way up there to get
Yeah,
their ass beat.
it's
Girl,
still
when they was
close.
singing the national anthem, dude was crying. I'm like, what the fuck wrong with him? My cousin,
This
like,
is
you
what
gotta
I'm
understand.
talking. People love
I'm
these
like, why is
sports
he
teams
crying at the
so
national anthem?
much. We had Steeler fans when I was up north. We used to go to the Steeler joint. We used to lose. The dudes, grown men, boo hoo crying. The wives used to come to me like, up, it's going to be a bad week. I said, what do you mean a bad week? Oh, whenever they hear bad news about the Steelers, they just get so upset. I said, God damn, did they win the lotto when the Steelers win? What are they getting for when
They
they win that
emotionally
they
invested.
crying? But they
Emotionally
wanted them,
invested.
boom, into something that don't mean anything.
Be
Nothing.
emotionally invested in your wife like that.
You you know your kids like that.
It's
You know
gonna
what
be
I'm
a
saying?
bad week because your football team lost.
Get
I got
get your
Android
money together. Be invested getting your money together. But you crying over football.
football.
That man was
Football.
sitting there crying tears as they was singing the national anthem. I was upset.
I believe you.
You was upset.
But think
I was
about it.
upset
It's not just
because I thought
football.
he was
You
crying at
got
the national anthem. I got blue at that.
you
But
got
then my
oh go
cousin
ahead.
told me like he's not crying at the national anthem. He's crying because they finally made it to the Super Bowl. I'm like, okay, well that's worth
Who is
tears
they?
for.
He ain't made nothing.
Well, whatever. It was one of the guys in the red.
No, I know what you're saying. It was one of the
Those
He
fans
was
red ain't
crying
red.
they?
because
The
his
49ers
team made it.
Right. That's what I mean. His team, they.
I know
who
what
ain't
you're
made
saying.
it? The
But
49ers
he
ain't
ain't
made it
Because
made
I thought he
nothing.
was crying at the, I'm like, you're crying at the national anthem? That
Think
was a
about it.
whole
You
nother.
got college teams, money. Think how much money. NFL. college football, high school football, go right through baseball, same way, college, the NHL. Then you got hockey.
They just taking y'all money. The fuck? It's a mass production of how to get
Well,
y'all that
Hitler
money.
Hitler was the first one that started the Olympics in sports, and he wanted to use it as a way to control the people. So we ain't putting all our energy in the books and spirit and learning. We putting it into our team. Oh, my team coming on next week. Oh, this coming on. Or my favorite show, Television. Oh, it's coming on. Everything to distract us from us doing the work with us.
That's how
Turning
they
that
came out
bullshit
with
off.
coliseums. They've been doing this since the Roman Greco times, honey. Games,
Movie
playing games
theaters,
with our asses.
malls, all that shit indoors, away from the sun.
Yeah,
Stay inside.
you ain't wrong.
I'm just saying.
No,
I
I agree
mean,
with you. I'm just saying. I'm
I'm not
saying.
gonna lie though. I think I am gonna start watching football. Like they fine as hell. Like yeah.
but see, I can understand women doing that. You looking at
They
them in a
fine as
uniform
hell.
like,
You
ooh, them
think I'm
uniforms
surprised? I
tight.
want to lay him on my titty. Like baby, it's gonna be okay.
Now you know those $1 million men, right? They
I
got their
know.
choice of
Listen,
women.
I know. But it'd be nice to just lay him right here and sit. So it'll be okay, baby. Come on here to play your football.
It'll be nice for a man that loves the hell out of you to lay on your chest so that you can be say, oh, okay. That's what I would want for you. Not just one of them men. Someone that's gonna love you the way you deserve to be loved.
Them niggas gonna bring you home an STD. You don't want no football player, no.
Look, you can sue them and get paid
I don't
though.
trust them. I don't trust them.
No,
But I appreciate y'all for showing up and chopping it up with me tonight. I think
Always, always.
absolutely,
definitely,
I see the
definitely.
comments down. Everybody into this game now.
absolutely. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. They was there, then they wasn't.
They're like, all right, we
But
got
you
you, but we
know,
got to get back to this game.
Yeah.
but that's how you know who's about what. Instead of watching the game like everybody else, what are us three doing? We sitting here chatting it up, trying to do something spiritual. That's all I'm talking about. As long as you on that path, you both of y'all, you gonna make it to wherever you want to make it to. If not this lifetime, the next or the next. It don't matter. We're infinite and eternal. We don't die.
Oh, it's gonna be this lifetime, but the energy don't change. So I'll be back around and do the same thing the next lifetime. No,
So that's right. How you
I,
doing with the 2 days a week now? Because like I told you, man, you got too many requests for more days. How you coming with like being able to come up with topics so often and frequent now?
I wasn't doing a great job when it was one day.
Hey, you doing a phenomenal job. Give yourself more credit than that.
I used to come to y'all. Shit, I be asking y'all for shit. What you think?
That's
What you talking
fine.
about?
But
What do you
but
think?
listen,
I will
but
pull
listen, the
on my
job got done.
resources. I will
Yep.
always pull on my resources. Forever pull on my
The job
resources.
always got done.
This shit don't happen without mental showing up. This shit don't happen without Nunu showing up, without the people watching. It don't happen without y'all. Like, so I appreciate you guys. So that's why I'm always forever gonna just leave a seat at y'all feet for me because I'm a forever listen. Like I am that person. I am forever a student of the truth mental. Just so you know, forever that.
Hey,
So
look,
I
you
appreciate
just
you.
got to remember that the work that we doing is a collaboration, but really it's self work. Even when I come back and look at the tape, I learn.
Yeah, I
You know
learned a
what I'm saying? You can hear, be like, oh, okay. Oh, I forgot about we talked about that. Yeah,
mm,
okay. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, me, I like to be spiritually led all the time.
yeah.
When I go to work, when I'm at work, same person. Wherever I'm at, they be like, "Oh, here he come. He about to start talking." Nah, I ain't. I'm just saying. You already know what I'm saying.
That's
I ain't got to
me.
say it because you already know.
You know, everybody
Yeah,
don't be wanting to hear that knowledge.
They don't want to hear it. And tenfold.
Mm.
But
they know
so
how.
guess what?
Reality scares
I
people.
walk around with my mouth shut, do my thing. You
No,
don't see me
And that's
gossiping.
me.
You don't
Because
see me at the ladies.
everybody can't take
None
that
of
risk.
that. I'm good. I'm
everybody
good.
can't take it. They just don't want to hear it. But the people, the same people who be asking me, "Oh, you added this early, asking them deep questions, baby. You don't never stop."
At it this
Sis,
early.
okay, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. When I'm supposed to start questioning you? No.
You know what I'm saying?
When
When we
I'm
supposed
supposed
to start getting down to the truth?
when I'm supposed to vet you? If I just, you know what, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for y'all. I'm always grateful for y'all. So like I tell Nunu this all the time. She probably be tired of me telling her this shit, but I
I would never
appreciate
get tired
y'all.
of
Like
it.
for real.
Never get
I
tired of it.
appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all truth. I appreciate y'all knowledge. I just appreciate y'all experiences. Just telling us about where y'all came from, what you've been through, how you got to where you are right now. So like that mean a lot, and you really don't know. I don't know if you guys know. You don't know how many people you're helping because they all come to me. And they be telling me like, Mental be talking his shit, or I love what Nunu had to say the other day, or Jarrell, I could really resonate. I could, so that means a lot to me because if we're touching people in the way that I want to touch people and the things that make them think about themselves, to make them want to become more aware of themselves, to go deeper into themselves, I'm all for it. So thank y'all for being on that journey with me. Thank y'all for being willing to teach. And yes, Nunu, you are up this Thursday, actually. So I can't wait to see what you guys do. And
I'm
so
excited.
I am. I'm definitely excited. So we'll just take it one step at a time. I'm happy we were able to add a second day. So, and the second day did amazing. So thank you all for showing up for the second day. It did. It did absolutely amazing. So that
Well,
Thursday was really good.
peace and love, ladies.
Absolutely. Well, y'all
Love,
have a
peace,
good
and hair
night.
grease.
Thank you. Good night.
Night night.
We'll see you guys next week on the Immersive Experience. Thank you so much for tuning in, and you enjoy the rest of your Super Bowl. Um, I don't know who you guys are going for, but if the Chiefs lose, I know I'm gonna have some mad people on my hands. Should I watch out for y'all for the rest of the week, or what y'all want to do about that? Good night.